So welcome back, Joan, at our head table. Thanks, Lynn, and Charlie McDowell's here. One of the points of connection is that the Wilmington Children's Chorus launched its Early Learners Music Program at Kingswood Community Center, which Charlie's been really involved in, and it's been a tremendous success, so kudos, Leanna, for that. We have Tom Horton from Candlelight Dinner Theater, and John Newland, my former teacher and principal, so always Mr. Newland to me, we were saying. And Leanna, our speaker, I'll just say a few things about her and the chorus. She is now the executive director of the chorus, but started as a choruser herself when she was in middle school, and really brought this from the ground up. So this was a project of the city of Wilmington, and Leanna has done everything: bylaws, HR policies, budgets, and anything you can think of. She has built this organization into an amazing force in the community, which you'll hear more about from her. And I just want to say how proud I am to be part of an organization that has such high standards for musical excellence, which you will hear, and such a commitment to equity. A couple of other points of connection with equity and Rotary. The Wilmington Children's Chorus has had a long-time partnership with the LACC, which is another one of our early childhood partners. So really exciting, and always find ways to bring in music from other cultures and teach other languages, which is just remarkable and unique often for young people. And Leanna will probably tell you about an international partnership they have with a chorus in Germany, who will be here in a couple of weeks. So lots of connections with our Rotary values. And I think the most amazing thing I'll end on is, all the things Ken said about what music is and does and should be, that's what Wilmington Children's Chorus is. I don't need to repeat it all, but we're so grateful to have you here. Welcome. Join me in welcoming Leanna here.
How is everybody? Great. I have wonderful news. You only have to hear from me for a little while, and then our whole summer camp is going to join us for a performance. So any minute now, you're going to hear the thunderous tones of about 40 children climbing up the staircase of Fancy Hotel. I don't have a lot of confidence that they'll be super quiet, so. Yeah. And I'm also joined by wonderful student ambassadors who are part of our summer camp and also part of our performing choirs. So they will be joining me for a Q&A at the end of my slides. So be thinking about any questions that you might have for the most important people you'll hear from today, which is our city's children. And Ken, slide me. Should that be our cue?
Sure.
Terrible. I'm going to ask you a favor already. I hope it's not too soon to be asking favors of you, but you are going to meet a number of our staff today, and they are working incredibly hard, not just all school year long, but all summer long, to make sure that the children of this city have exceptional and accessible, high-quality music education experiences. So as you see our team, please thank them for the hard work that they do here in the city of Wilmington. And as you can see, our team is small but mighty. There are 6 of us, and all 6 of us serve about 750 children a year across the city. Thanks, Ken. Our mission is to empower young people to change their world through music. We start as young as 6 weeks old through our early childhood program, and we go all the way to 18. And of our graduating class, more than 70% have been with the Wilmington Children's Chorus for more than 5 years. So students tend to get here and hang around a while. And all of our programming here at the Wilmington Children's Chorus is defined by both access and excellence. And we believe those two things can go hand in hand. Our year-round programs are tuition-free, have always been tuition-free. And we prioritize collaborations with community centers, after-school sites, and schools here in the city of Wilmington so that children can experience the power of music education where they live and where they learn. We know that it's working. Of the 750 students that we served last year, 87% came from low or low to moderate income households, and 84% were children of color. But it's not just enough to be accessible for us here at WCC. Excellence is at the core of everything that we do. We set very high standards for our students, and we also have incredibly accomplished staff and wonderful team organizations. If you are a fan of the Symphony or of Opera Delaware, you have probably seen the Wilmington Children. And we know that our audience is responding to the excellent music making that our children are engaged in. Our audience rating of the musical excellence of our concerts is a 9.5 out of 10, and families find our programming very valuable. 98% of students return year over year. I want to touch on our early childhood program because I know that is a topic of conversation close to a lot of your hearts. We believe that children have the right to experience music making at every stage of life, and we also know that it is crucial to engage in music making in the earliest years of life. There is lots of research that supports the many educational and social and musical benefits of starting to make music when you are very young. But the cost of regular early childhood classes, has anybody enrolled their child or their grandchild in an early childhood music class? Tavay knows. Tavay, well, you're like cheating on the test. You're gonna know the answer to all these questions. They're expensive, and they're often held at really inconvenient times throughout the day. So we wanted to make early childhood music education more accessible for students. We piloted our program at Kingswood Community Center. You guys were really quiet. That was really good. We piloted our program at Kingswood Community Center. We are still there to this day. We have twice a week music classes for students that are embedded into their children's school day, and they're all aligned with the developmental milestones and curriculum goals of the classroom. So we're there not just to support the students in their learning, but also to support the teachers in reaching their classroom goals. Our neighborhood choir program supports children making music where they live and they learn, and I want to give a big shout out to our friends at Opera Delaware. We collaborate to offer this program to community centers and schools across Wilmington. Transportation is a really significant barrier for folks in getting their kids to after-school activities, so we want to make that as easy as possible for folks. And we also know that singing together in neighborhoods helps promote community cohesion, and we want to be a part of that cohesion here in our neighborhoods in Wilmington. So we really harness the power of our local community centers. Students have weekly rehearsals that are incorporated into their after-school schedule, and we have strong relationships with partners. We have been at Kingswood Community Center since 2019, and we have worked with some of those kids since they were in their 3 or 4-year-old classroom in the early childhood program, and they're now singing with us after school. Performing choirs, could you guys raise your hand for me if you sing in youth choir or select choir? So those are our summer campers who also sing in our performing choirs. As you can see, we have lots of consistency between programs. We have our performing choir because choir is expensive. We did an audit last year of the local programs that are similar to children's choirs in the tri-state area, and between tuition, enrollment, membership fees for their child to participate in a like program. WCC has always been tuition free because we don't think that a barrier to pay should ever be a barrier to a good education. Our performing choirs are open to all. We have audition ensembles. We are right here in downtown Wilmington. In fact, the walk could not be easier. We are across the street at First and Central Presbyterian. Students have 1 or 2 weekly rehearsals. They study choral music from around the world and from across time, and they perform frequently across the city, state, and world. We have performed in Germany, Austria, and France, and as Madeline mentioned, we have a collaboration with our sister city of Fulda, Germany, and we're so excited to welcome young musicians from Fulda actually next month. And we'll have a concert with them on July 19th, and I hope you will all be able to join us. And we have our summer camps. You're going to hear from our campers in just a minute. The children have the right to make music all year round. We not only partner with our community centers to offer music in their summer camps throughout the year, but we also have our own summer day camp, and these are our summer day campers. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We work with lots of partners throughout the summer, and every other year we have a big Summer of Song Youth Music Festival. Last year we had our youth festival at the amphitheater, and there was 700 people there and 200 youth performers, so we really go big or go home during the summer. And up of our impact that we had in our last school year. We're still tallying the numbers from this school year. Of the 750 children that we served, you can see this is their racial demographic breakdown. And on the next slide we have, thank you, 788 children served, 460 rehearsals and classes offered, 25 performances, almost 6,400 audience members delighted, and 13 community partners that we partnered with throughout the year. And now I'm bragging now, but you guys have to listen to me for the next 2 minutes, so you're trapped. 92% of our early childhood participants are meeting age-appropriate literacy targets in their classrooms. This is a quote from Mr. Robert, who is at Kingswood Community Center. Some of you might know Mr. Robert, but he said, "I see my quieter students come out of their shell during music class." 71% of neighborhood choir students agree with the statement, "I believe I am a musician," and we surveyed them at the beginning of the year as well. Only 30% of students agreed with that statement at the beginning of the year. This is John's mom actually said this. John is here today, and she said, "It's been such a positive experience for me as a parent to watch him discover his talent, and we never would have known this was his passion about the neighborhood choir." You're going to hear from John too. 98% of performing choir students return year over year. And this is a quote from one of our wonderful students. "WCC empowered me to be more confident in myself. The other members of WCC have helped me become a better singer and a better person overall." And that's why we do what we do. We want to raise smart, talented musicians, of course, but we also, more importantly, want to raise up a group of students who are caring and kind and empathetic and feel empowered to make a real impact in their communities. Speaking of, we have some student ambassadors who are going to introduce themselves, and then you'll get to hear our wonderful summer campers sing for you.
Hello, my name is Kate Corrado. I've been part of WCC for 6 years and I'm 13 years old. I sing soprano in the select choir, and I play one instrument out of choir, of course, electric guitar.
Hi, my name is Olivia Kubaki, and my dad and my grandfather are both Rotarians. And I'm 10 years old.
Hello, my name is Josephine Hearn. I'm going into my 8th year with the Wilmington Children's Chorus. My favorite part of WCC is the community that it creates, as Ms. Leanna has already explained, and also how pushed I feel musically, because I personally am part of many other choirs outside of it, and WCC is by far the most advanced.
Hello, my name is John Samuels, and I'm 11 years old. And I started singing in WCC since kindergarten when I was in the neighborhood choir. I'm going to 6th grade, and I will be continuing to sing with WCC. And one thing that I love about summer camp is all the fun activities that we do.
Let's give all of our campers who are doing that. Thank you all so much. And I'm going to welcome Kimberly Doucette, our artistic director, who will lead the choir in a performance for you.
Hello everyone. The first song that we're going to sing is A Song to You I Sing by Jacques Arcadelt. It is a madrigal from the Renaissance time period. We hope you enjoy it.
A song to you I sing, my heart this day rejoices, and music loudly ring, with joyful sounding voices, to all
I'd like to introduce our Assistant Director, Ms. Ariel Alvarado, to conduct the next piece, Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, which is a spiritual arranged by B.E. Boykin.
Is there a question that anybody would like to ask? I think you were mentioning that maybe a question would be okay.
It's a minute or two, yeah.
Just a minute or two, yeah. So is there one?
Hi. Less a question, more a comment. So first of all, thank you all so much. You're so enormously talented. I can hear your passion, and I appreciate you coming over here to share. And I think, and hopefully everybody agrees in this room, that all of them have earned chocolate chip cookies.
Thank you, guys.
Hold it together.
That was absolutely amazing. So I can't think of a better way to finish up my last meeting, heading up the club here. So it's just been such a delight. Keep up the good work. You talked about 93% of the literacy level for people that are for the children that are part of the program. That deserves an thank you, our expression of gratitude to everyone. We got a kids book here, and we are partnered with Kingswood, St. Michael's, Christina Cultural Arts, and Latin American Community Center. And we're going to contribute a book to each of them and the name, I don't know, Eric, I might have a bunch of them here to give away. We'll see how many names we come up with. But we're going to give, every week we give some books to our partners so that the children there have some good things to read. And literacy, you know, that's our passion. We want to have kids, when they get to 5 and 3rd grade, they're reading at level. And then the world, you know, is theirs for, you know, whatever their potential might hold for them. So
Miss Noel is actually the teacher at Kingswood, so
okay.
I will tell her to look out for the book, because it's
Yep.
Bob Marley book.
You'll see it coming. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so we have macaroons and time for some fellowship. So if you guys want to hang around for a little bit, and you got cookies already, right? You got your cookies. And so thanks everybody, and let's